digital collectibles, which kind of sounds a little bit better than an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
Um, DraftKings just dropped their Reignmakers Deadfellaz collaboration, where some of the Reignmakers, there's 13 players that are basically Deadfellaz out. So if you buy a pack, which there was 10,400 packs of the Deadfellaz NFTs with Rainmakers, 13 players total, and each pack was $99. So I went and bought one. I learned this weekend, going back to 8 weeks ago or whatever it was when we first started talking about um, the Rainmakers and having to do some more information, get some more information. You and I both bought the Sly Crocs,
Mm-hmm.
with Sup Ducks and Rainmakers and or Draftkings, and I learned how to play Rainmakers. I played this weekend, finished right outside the money with my normal, with just my free pack.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but got some really good insight, and then I saw this pop up. So today I bought a pack of the Deadfellaz, and figured we could go through it real quick,
I like this.
live here on the pod. Our today, your tomorrow, on what we landed. So again, there's 13 players.
For a
There's
hundred
going to be
bucks.
some. There's different competitions this weekend. Some you have to have two of the Deadfellaz NFTs. Some you have to have three. You can win a Deadfellaz, original NFT that you can win some money, different things. If you hold all three of the cards, I'm sorry, 13 of the cards, there's going to be an airdrop later down the line, which is pretty sick. You can go, they have a really good marketplace where you can just go buy individual cards that you want. If you want to pay $7 for a, I don't. I looked at it earlier today. Trevor Lawrence was like $7. So if you
So
wanted to
they
buy, what's that?
so they are taking the NFL players and making them like zombies. Is that
That's right. Yep.
they're turning them into a dead fella looking zombie?
Yeah. So it's like their silhouette, and then they take the picture of Tyreek Hill, and they
Zombify it.
change the art to make it look like a dead fella.
Yeah.
So
I
um,
listened to the Props and Drops podcast earlier today, and they were talking about this a little bit. Um, do you have to pay to enter the contest? I opened my pack with some Subducks Rainmakers thing, and I never tried to enter a contest. Do you have to pay to enter the contest as well, like a
no, so that's the
normal?
cool thing that I learned. That was kind of what was pushing me away because I only had like 15 cents in my DraftKings account, so I couldn't enter anything.
Because you're a
Normal
FanDuel
DraftKings,
guy.
and I do FanDuel every week, but I don't have any. No one's telling me what to buy or whatnot. Anyway, um, your NFTs enter you into it. So,
Mm,
like the contest I entered with my free pack was 7,000 um, people entered the tournament, and they paid out 3,500 people each of that 3,500, or maybe it was 5,000. 2,500 of them got like $3.
mm,
And I guess the idea behind that is, and again, you've already entered, so it's a free entry because you already have those NFTs. You have your free pack. The idea is that you take those $3 and you go buy more cards to stack your team, just like you would if
upgrade,
you were
yeah.
doing a regular, DFS, except for you're using real money or real funds to buy each of your cards. So the
So I
one
guess
thing I
they.
can't figure out with it, and I don't think it's possible, is I don't think you can enter more than one tournament each week.
Mm,
So whatever you enter, that's your squad.
okay.
Now, the person that was explaining it all to me, he had like 50 different cards, everything from rare to core to legendary,
Jeez.
just things that.
Collector.
And he was like, "Look, I'm based off of what I got from my core pack, like he's in the positive, even with buying all those cards as far as his funds go. Now he's not making $10,000. He's not making 20,000. Even probably even $500. But he hasn't had to invest any of his own money into it. right?
By
So
winning contest or by flipping the cards?
he hasn't flipped any cards yet. This is just from being in the money on different contests.
Okay.
So
I guess
it's a cool concept, and like each game you go into, it'll tell you like, hey, you need to be in. You have to have, let's say, 3 rares to enter this. So 2 core players, 3 rares. Like that's how you can enter that. And usually, the more the rare, the legendary, the dollars go up for what you can win. Now there has
makes it
been
a
some.
fair contest if you do it that way. Then probably
Right. So you're not going into a tournament with just your core players when other guys might have legendaries or Reignmakers.
Yeah.
So it allows you to. So with this, so for instance, I entered the contest, which was a $10,000 top 2001 win $5. So I finished 3,800 out of 7,000 with my squad. And again, that was my free squad. So if I enter another one, your requirements may be different. Now with this Deadfellaz thing, they're doing specific tournaments just for the people that have bought into this Deadfellaz pack. So if you have 2 or 3, which if you buy the pack, you're going to have 3. Now you could just, like Cole, you could go right now and buy on the secondary market the probably 3 Deadfellaz NFTs for under $100. But and then you can enter these tournaments with your 2 core and uh, your 3 Deadfellaz, and they're giving away prizes such as money again, Deadfellaz, and whatnot. So it's a cool concept. I really enjoyed learning about it this weekend.
So explain this. I got stuck on I understand the core, the Rainmaker, the legendary. Do they get you more points? So like a core guy can only. What's the difference? Because it's the same player, right? You got a core Trevor Lawrence and you got a legendary Trevor Lawrence. What's the difference? As far I know they cost more, but what does it
So
do?
the way I understand it is that you're not getting like extra points because it's a legendary or it's a core or it's a elite. What it allows you to do to have those cards is to get into games or tournaments
Higher
that
stakes.
have bigger payout. So, for
Okay.
instance, I'm looking at it right now. This one, it's a legendary tier. You have to have 4 elite cards and you have to have 5 legendary cards to enter. And first place gets $5,000 in cash.
Okay, so it's like your entry pass into the.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So it kind of all changes depending on what you want. You can easily just go into a core one where you have to have your requirement of 6 core players. For those, you're only going to win, $5, whatever it might be. I mean,
Yeah.
it just depends. And I did read a Twitter thread a few weeks ago that there is a breakdown where the return on investment is actually lower if you go like with the highest level cards, which are the Reignmakers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's the max.
Yeah, like buying into those, like they look cool, but your return on that investment is going to be much lower than if you stay in that like elite to rare threshold.
Okay, I like it.
So I mean,
It's
again,
intriguing.
first year for it, and there's plenty of opportunities to to learn about it as it continues to grow. So I got the first pack. For me, this is my first in the Deadfellaz, one of my favorite projects. So the first card, and the cool thing about these packs, I don't know if you saw it when you got the core, is that you can either release them off at one time or you can go one by one.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. You can do whatever you want. So in these packs of Deadfellaz, you have more than likely you're going to get 2 core Deadfellaz, and then there's like a better than 50% chance that you're going to get 50-50 chance your third card is going to be a rare.
I like it. You're gonna do
So
them one by
the
one for
difference
us
between the
live.
rares is in the regular is more so coloring. So
Okay.
my first card,
You're doing them one at a time.
one at a time.
Nice. What we got?
We got Josh Jacobs, running back,
Okay.
Las Vegas Raiders. A core, but looking at my card pack, my running backs currently are Michael Carter from the Jets, who is now going to be the starter, and David
Yeah.
Montgomery of the Bears. So Josh Jacobs automatically goes into my starting lineup.
I like it. And this was the non-dead fella.
This is Deadfellaz.
But he's not zombie. He's just a regular Josh Jacobs.
No, he's
He is a zombie. Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah. So are they all this way?
all the 13 players
Yeah.
are going to be
Okay.
like this.
Okay. Cool. I was confused.
Sorry, I probably didn't explain it well. My next player, Alvin Kamara, rare.
Wow. Nice pull. This is like opening a Pokemon pack.
So you see,
Yeah,
he's got the
sick.
blue
Yeah.
in there, whereas Josh Jacobs was just black and silver.
Okay.
And then my third pick, Alvin Kamara, core.
Okay. So you got 2. So that
So I
one you
got
probably
2.
flip.
So now I try to flip it.
Yeah. I like it.
However, I can't. There's no point in flipping it until they're all sold out.
Yeah.
There won't be
True.
any return. So I'll play them this weekend. I got 2 good running backs. I might go in the marketplace and see if I can get a quarterback for cheap, a wide receiver for cheap.
I thought you
I
get
have
13.
$100 in my account, left in my Draftkings account. So maybe I buy another pack and see what happens. Getting 13 really isn't that hard to get all 13, and who knows what the airdrop could be.
Yeah. So you only get 3 in the pack.
You get 3 in the pack. Yeah.
I thought you got 13. Okay, yeah. I'm way confused.
No, there's 13 total players that have been Deadfellaz
Oh, out of the whole league.
out of the whole league. So that's Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, T. Higgins,
Ooh, nice.
Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Nick Chubb, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. Missing 4 other players, but regardless, yeah, they're Debo Samuel's one. So if you get those, any of those guys, you get those cards regardless.
Yeah.
And then after this weekend, I believe is the only weekend that they're going to be having like the specific Deadfellaz events, but you can use them in your events going forward.
Okay.
For core or for a rare, whatever whatever threshold you're going into.
So you have to get the rest of your team.
Yeah, but I have my core players already.
Yeah.
Right, so I could potentially play like an event that was mostly core, and you had to have 1 rare to enter.
Okay.
But what I'll look at is I'll look at the events that are specific just to this Deadfellaz event for them, and I'll enter those this weekend with the hopes of getting top 10 or whatever. My team isn't very good. I mean, my quarterback's Marcus Mariota. My running backs now are set better than what I already had. I have T. Higgins as a core, and I have Rashad Bateman from the Ravens as another wide receiver. So need to kind of step that position up and my quarterback up, which I'll probably maybe take the chance of spend another 100 on Deadfellaz and hope to get like Jalen Hurts or Matt Stafford and another wide receiver. But we'll see how that goes.
I like this. I'm gonna have to get in on this, I think, as well.
I went through like a whole hour-long just like learning process this weekend.
Yeah.
And when you have a lot of beers, You talk for a while. You learn a lot, and it was cool. It was cool to understand and really see what it all is doing. Plus, with the utility to it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think maybe now's a good time to do it because you don't have as many people in on this, so maybe your chances are better of winning. I don't know. I would
Right,
guess.
because there's only, I think there was 4,500 packs left when I bought mine this evening.
Yeah.
Out of 10,400. So, even out of 10,000, you still got some chances.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I appreciate the rundown. Now I'm more knowledgeable myself and our audience as well.
That's right. That's what we're here for.
That's